Oh man, Bobo, you're gonna be home alone for a minute and be good, okay? What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Man, today, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. So, if I title it one option, then you already know what I've done. If I title it something else, then we have a really good surprise coming up. So I will explain more in a little bit, but we are in a hurry to get on the road because we have about a 2.5 hour drive. So I will update you guys in the car. All right, boys, so like I was saying before, this is kind of interesting because right now we are en route to Houston. And if you guys are like me, which I'm assuming a lot of you car guys are, you probably have been passing some time by looking at Craigslist or Auto Trader or eBay Motors or whatever it is, and just see what kind of deals are on the market, just to you know, keep an eye on prices, things like that. I always do that. Every day I'll go look on Craigslist for like S2000s or M3s or whatever it is. And this time it kind of got me into a little trouble because so I was cruising on Craigslist the other day and I found a 2008, an E92 M3. So the coupe M3 with a V8, one owner car, great condition from the pictures, manual transmission, carbon fiber roof, super clean, right? Super clean. Here's the catch. It has 170,000 miles. But again, it's a one owner car, clean Carfax. I looked up the Carfax and it's been dealer maintained. Here's what happened though. The guy who owned it was a doctor. He traded it into a BMW dealership. Then a wholesale guy bought it from that BMW dealership, so a wholesale dealership, but he never titled it. If a dealer buys a car, it's not then registered as a second owner. It's the dealership owns that car and they're going to sell it, blah blah blah. So it's still a one owner car. The Carfax shows maintenance all the way up through like 150,000 miles at a BMW dealership. The last 20, it kind of goes blank, so I'm assuming he probably found an independent shop or something. I'm not really sure. But the guy who bought it at wholesale doesn't have any of the records. He doesn't have anything on the rod bearings being done. And if you don't know about the S65 motor, you have to have the rod bearings done and you should change out the throttle body actuators. Those are the two main things with that. Now, we don't know if those have been done. And there's an ABS light on. I've looked at a lot of threads about ABS lights in E90s, E92s, etc. And for the most part, those can be fixed by either resetting the system or sending the ABS module off to, I think it's like Mr. Module or something like that. And the fix comes out to around like 400 bucks. So it's not that much at all. The main thing though you have to worry about is the rod bearings. That's a big one. And that is roughly around $2 grand, $2,000 to $2,300 bucks, and that's not something that I will do on my own because you really need a lift and you really need proper tools for that, which I don't have. I have tools, but I don't have a lift, and I'm not going to try and do rod bearings laying on my back under the car in the garage. But here's the kicker: he was asking $11,900 for the car, which in itself is a pretty good deal. I came in and offered $9,500 bucks. So we're going up there now. Well, we're going down there, over there now, and we're gonna take a look at it. And if it's clean, if it's as clean as it looks in the pictures, and it drives all right and everything feels good, I think we're gonna have an E92 on the channel. I'm really stoked because I've wanted one of these M3s for a long time, and they're absolutely amazing cars. But I've seen the price drop on them, but never in the 10K range, ever. Especially not being a clean, you never find them clean titled 10K and wrecked, even if they haven't been registered as wrecked, repaired, whatever. You just never find them for this cheap. So we're on our way there. Gonna see how it looks. I don't know if I'm gonna film it because, you know, it's always kind of awkward filming someone who doesn't want to be on camera or didn't sign up for it. So I'll I'll probably start filming again right after either I buy it or I don't buy it. So hopefully the next clip you see will be me in an M3, but if not, we'll have some explaining to do. All right, back onto the road trip. Like another 30 minutes to go ish. We're almost there. Well, we did it, boys. God. Another M3 to the fleet. Man, this one's definitely different than the E36. It's much, much different than the E36. I really like this. She ain't perfect. She is far from perfect, I'll tell you what. But I think it's a good platform. Well, I know it's a good platform. I think this is a good car to start with. It definitely has some issues that need to be taken care of right away. But with that being said, I still got it for a smoking deal. And I mean, the issues that I'm going to have fixed are issues that I would have had to have had fixed regardless, for the most part. Like the rod bearings, I'm going to have fixed unless there's a car that I find with well-documented history that it's been done. I'm still going to want to get that done. That's something you want to do every 40 to 50,000 miles. What's going on, boys? So it is actually a few days since recording the last part of this where I was driving the new car. And to be honest, things have just kind of gotten away from me. I've been doing a lot of other work. I haven't had time to actually fill you in on this car. And today's the day because I am taking it. It's only been a couple days, and I'm taking it to the shop to automatically get rod bearings done. Because, like I said before, it has 170,000 miles, and it's never had them done. With that being said, I did find out a little bit more on the service history of this car and what all has been done, but I still haven't given you guys a proper look. So here is the car I picked up, and it's been sitting outside for a few days, so don't mind that. 2008 E92 M3, completely stock, one owner car. That's the big thing. It's huge. One owner car, completely stock, never been modified. Well, I'll tell you more about that actually. And the paint is in great shape. There's one door ding. Not really a door ding, but one door ding that I have to show you guys. Need some work with like the emblems. Those are obviously peeling. There's a door ding right here that I think they'll be able to get out. I'm pretty sure if they went in from like behind here maybe. Carbon roof, which was awesome. 6-speed, even better. Clean title, one owner, regular maintenance from the BMW dealership. Things like, there's like that little piece is chipped. Probably gonna do carbon fiber in those and do some matching carbon fiber pieces down here. But like I said, the first thing I'm doing is taking this to the shop because I won't drive this at 170,000 miles without having the rod bearings done. There's just no way. Gotta have that nowadays. Black interior, leather interior, nav. I believe all that's normal. I don't really know a ton about these. I mean, for me, the big thing for me was a V8. I mean, I just wanted an E92. I've wanted one forever. Steering wheel is peeling, but luckily those are abundant and really actually affordable, and you can find some awesome designs. Get used to this. So it does have a few things that I will need to fix right away. One, it needs brakes. I've already ordered the brakes. It does have the ABS Light Trio on. If you're familiar with E90s in general, there's an ABS warning that comes on that kind of triggers the ABS, the DSC, I believe, and it sets off like a trio of warning lights. So I believe it's the module, but I'm gonna have all the codes pulled from the shop. I bought a code pulling tool for this car, and there's quite a few of them, but a lot of them are weird. A lot of them say like no code, and then they'll just give an issue, or no issue and then give a code. It's really strange. But the first things first is that rod bearing. I just have to get that done, and I'm gonna do the brakes like I said, and then from there I have to tell you about the service that was recently done on this, because this blew my mind. I actually got a hold of the old owner, the very first owner of this car. Like I said, one owner car, and I actually reached out to him and just said, hey, you know, I picked up your old car, I love it, I'm just really curious to know if the rod bearings were done, and that's it. And he actually replied really quickly and said, I'm not a tech, I don't know if the rod bearings were done, but in February of 2018 I actually paid for a $13,000 service from this auto part, or from this shop. Feel free to reach out to him. So I did, and in February of 2013 they did a lot to this. They did everything from the rear main seal was done, the slave cylinder was replaced, the valve cover gaskets were replaced, fuel injectors were either replaced or cleaned, there was a decarb done, and there were a few more things. Now that being said, it's still not perfect. It needs rod bearings ASAP, like I said a million times. And you know, this ABS light is on. Now that could go away with the brake. I've actually read reports of a brake job clearing up those lights. So I don't know, I may do the brake job and the ABS light may go away. That would be best case scenario, because it needs brakes anyway, and I'm going to do them. So I don't know, we'll see what happens with that. But besides that, the tech that I spoke to from the place that serviced it, they said, wow dude, I mean, yeah, it's got a bunch of miles, but it's been well maintained, it's been dealer maintained for majority of its life, and we did this big service. You should have a pretty solid car on your hands once the rod bearings are done. So knock on wood, I hope that's the case, boys, because this thing's gonna be an absolute gas. And one thing I'm very curious about is the shape or the condition of the rod bearings. So at 170K and having never been done before, I cannot wait to see what these look like. Now, I think we're gonna do a Blackstone analysis just to see. It doesn't really matter because I'm gonna be changing them anyway, so it's not like I'm doing it to see if I should be changing them, but I just kind of want to see how the data matches up and kind of just gather more data on the engine itself. So I'll probably do one now, change the rod bearings, then do another one at the next oil change just to see how it differs. But I am super curious to see what that comes back like. And again, that won't be in this video, that'll be in one of the future videos for this. But stick around, because that should be interesting, especially like I've said a million times, at 170K. Well, she's off, boys. Ooh, what is... How did that even happen? Dropped it off at Lindsay Bimmer Service, and they are going to take care of the rod bearings. We also pulled the codes. Boys, let me tell you, there are a lot. And I actually pulled all the codes too. I actually got this AutoFix from Amazon. It's like a $130 scan tool. It's not the best one, not the worst one. It does do BMW and Mini, so that's good because you can dive into ABS module stuff like that. But the E92 has a ton of codes, ton of them. But a lot of them are weird. I saw like headlight switch, throttle position switch, and there were so many of them. And the guy that's going to be working on my car over at Lindsay, his name is Scott. He said it really looks electrical related, almost like someone updated or changed the battery and didn't like code some things properly. And in an E92, you have to do a lot more stuff. Like just when you change a battery, you have to program, like for example, the ABS lights on. He said that is actually, the pump says it's not coded to the VIN of the car. So there's a lot of weird things. So what we're gonna do is clear them all and see which ones come back, and go from there. He has a good feeling that it's gonna be just a simple fix like that for a lot of things. But again, there's no check engine lights. The rod bearings are gonna be done. We're gonna have the oil, the Blackstone analysis done. I'm stoked. I am so stoked. Once we get the rod bearings done, I can't wait to drive this car and actually drive it, because, man, I haven't yet really, and I'm just worried sick about the rod bearings. So if you're new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe, because I have the E92 now. I'm gonna be doing more stuff with this, the E36, and the S2000 is quickly coming along. So got a lot of stuff coming, guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Peace.